All right. You want to keep with the NFL trade talks? You want to do this
Yeah,
carousel, Brett? You got lined up for
yeah.
us?
So with the golf um Stafford trade, kind of opened my mind. So we should probably get this on the roll because we missed the head coach carousel. Pretty much every head coach job is filled right now. I'm pretty sure. So what we're gonna do? I have this wheel right here, and I'm just gonna call on somebody. I'm gonna spin it. It's gonna
Fancy.
land on a quarterback, and they're gonna tell me where they imagine them signing in this offseason or getting traded, and do you think it's going to be a good fit or not?
I
So
like it.
Taylor, I'm gonna go on you first.
Let's go.
We are spinning, and Jameis Winston.
Ooh.
Oh,
He is a free agent.
to be honest, I really think he's gonna get re-signed by the Saints. I think Jack's gonna be happy with that too. I think he's gonna have a good season in that offense. Being under Drew Brees for this year, I think is really gonna help him out. I've been saying that all along because I love Jameis. He was a Florida State guy, but I could see him staying there. I don't really think anyone else would really succeed with him, but with that team, they need to be able to throw the ball down the field. They got speed, and I think he can do that.
The
for them.
LASIK eye surgery.
I would agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You saw what Alex Smith did mentoring a wild arm Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Compare Alex Smith to Drew Brees. Like, come on.
Best
I think
playoff
that's more Andy Reid than
completion
anything.
percentage ever.
And there you guys go. 25 minutes in, and we talked about the Saints. All right.
Of course, it lands right on Jameis.
Yes.
All right, Jack.
I'm
you
just
are
glad
next.
Jack
You're
didn't
lucky
get
it
that.
was the Atlanta.
Yeah, we would have skipped it.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Well, I think the Eagles are
This would have to be via trade.
yeah
By the way.
via trade.
Right.
Yeah, like obviously like with the firing of Doug Pearson, that showed the world or the sports world in my mind that the Eagles think Carson Wentz is their forever guy.
Why is
But
that?
if he were
So
to get
you-
traded, what?
Why do you think that means that he's their guy?
Because they got rid of the only dude that didn't want Carson Wentz to be the guy in Philly, and Doug Peterson.
But I
All
think
right, I
Jalen
see
Hurts
it.
kind of proved himself to be the guy.
Yeah,
But
I see
you
what you're
think-
saying.
So just to get this
because
clear-
of Doug Peterson, because Doug Peterson put Jalen Hurts in.
I don't
So
know
you're
if that move even
saying-
came from him, though. I think it came from up above.
So you're saying Carson Wentz is kind of weak-minded?
No, no,
weak
I'm
mindset.
saying the coach
I see what you're saying.
benched Carson
Okay,
Wentz, not
so
the
just to make this clear,
organization.
you think
Not the
you
league
think
leading in
that
picks.
Carson Wentz is going to stay in Philly?
Yes, personally, but if we're doing
Okay.
it in talks of the carousel, I would.
Well, that's the
His
carousel. This
pick-
is where
yeah.
you think they're going to play next year.
Oh, I think they're just gonna stay in
So
Philly.
Philly.
You think he'll start?
Yes.
No way.
So do you think they move Hurts?
No.
So Hurts is the backup?
Yeah. Until
Oh,
Carson
man.
Wentz
I don't. That's
plays
very
himself.
toxic.
Speaking of
not.
Philly, their new head coach seems like an idiot. Did you guys see his press conference?
That press
lot of-
conference was
Good
There's a lot of
God.
dumb head coaches out there, dude.
Dude,
Like the guy
They
from
hire more and more by the year.
who's the guy talking about biting ankles or whatever? That was
the Lions' new head
yeah,
coach.
no, it's Dan
dude-
Campbell.
is a
Yeah,
psychopath.
he said. He
Yeah,
said
you
on
know
the
who
way
else
up,
they got?
Kneecap.
I
On the
love
way
I
up,
love
other
Dan
kneecap.
Campbell.
Dude,
Well,
he
he
is,
also
they're going to
hired-
be awful.
He hired Anthony
No, they're not.
Lynn, so
Watch out, Lions.
He is stuck in the 80s. You can already tell. They're going to be
Lions
fucking running every
Lions
single play.
2026.
Well, 4th and 1 from
Super
the
Bowl
38.
champion.
Punt. We'll pin them deep.
From his
Yeah, they
press
got-
conference, it sounds like they're
Watch.
going to be getting a lot of personal fouls.
Yeah.
And that's what
Dude,
the league
the-
needs. That's what
the
the
Phillies-
viewers want.
The league needs personal fouls.
Yes.
The Phillies' new head coach, his press conference reminded me of like when you have a group presentation
Eagles?
and you or someone else. Yeah,
Eagles.
Eagles. When you have a group presentation and you didn't prepare or someone
Yeah,
didn't
100%.
prepare, and they just it's just
100%.
a shit show.
That's what
See,
some
for
guys were
group
saying about the,
presentations,
what were you saying?
for group presentations, I usually like doing the way where like I let other people do the work and then I'm be like, I'm gonna present for y'all. That's how
I never
like
had
to-
that happen to me. I usually had, hey guys, you want to meet up and go over this, and everyone didn't, and we always just raw dogged it, and it was absolutely awful.
Yep.
Every
Everyone
single-
did their part,
Yeah.
and then midnight you're doing the whole
We actually
thing.
just we actually did
It
like
was
a
bad.
shitload of presentations, and everyone was like in like the same class. Like we had the same group of like 100 to 200 people in each class, and so we knew each other. So presentations were pretty easy.
Oh,
Nice.
asshole.
All right, Hardy, you're next on the wheel. And
Let's go.
We have Jimmy Garoppolo. Been some talks about San Fran maybe wanting to move on.
I do not think he will still be there. I think Shanahan wouldn't mind getting his boy Kirky back from Minnesota. So maybe Minnesota by way of just him for Kirk. I don't think Minnesota's a weird team. I don't know if he would go there actually, but I mean at the same time they don't give a fuck if they're trading him. They're like, dude, whatever. Minnesota is pretty close to just blowing everything up. By the way, I think they're
Mhm.
right
They
on the
had
edge.
a ton of injuries this year, though.
That's true. That's fair. If not Minnesota, I would say maybe Indy. I
I could
think
see that.
if they're almost kind of similarly built as San Fran was with that good defense, they can run the ball.
Run the game.
I think he definitely needs to go somewhere where he's not expected to go out and win a game. He's definitely a game manager. So I'll
So
say
you're
maybe
saying
Indy
no
or
way he's back in San Fran.
I don't see it. Nope.
Okay.
Nice.
Even,
Thanks, man. Thanks.
we're spinning.
Yes, sir.
And we have Deshaun Watson.
Ooh.
A lot of
Deshaun
trade
Watson.
buzz around
The
Deshaun.
high dollar.
Where do I want him to go, or where do I think he'll
Where
go?
you think he'll go? You're the
um,
fourth one
well,
going, kid. Come on.
Week one. Where is he strapping up the helmet? Like, what
Landover?
colors is he putting on?
I want him in DC, but I don't see Washington forking out the money for it. And if they're gonna get him, they're gonna have to trade someone like Young. So I just don't see it happening. But I do see Dallas having the money for it. And I say he goes to Dallas, and Dallas gets rid of Prescott.
That would be
Ooh.
crazy. That would also be
They said,
awful.
they
for
said like half the
Washington.
half the teams in the league, not the leagues in the team, have been calling for Watson. So
My sneaky opinion, I think he's gonna be playing in Houston.
really,
No,
Dude,
I-
I think
no.
after what
No
just happened
shot.
with Stafford and Goff, bro,
No
Mm-mm.
you know
shot.
how much it's gonna
Mm.
take to get him?
It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
but if he doesn't wanna play, he
he's
doesn't
not
have the
going to play.
mindset.
He will
Dude.
sit out. He will sit out.
Well, then he sits out and he doesn't play for
Yeah.
a year, and he could be.
No, but then
his
the
career.
Texans say like, all right, we might as well get something for him. Because if he
Dude,
sits out a year and they're not going to
I
get
don't think
anything for
Deshaun
him.
But they're
is
not just gonna give him
a
away.
sit out
Like,
type.
Yeah, they're obviously not going to give him away, but they're going to get like 3 picks for him.
I just don't know if I see a team giving up what they would have to give up. I mean,
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
He is not going. He is not going to strap up in a Houston Texan uniform ever again.
All right, we'll see.
So here's the thing. I've been hearing talks about like the Jets and like the Dolphins. The thing is like I think he has to go to like a win now team because a team that can afford to give up those picks if they know Super Bowl is in the bag for him. Because if it's like
Yeah.
the Jets need those picks. I know like
Yeah.
you don't really know that they're gonna hit on the picks, but you need to have that chance to hit the picks, and they can't afford to give away more picks just for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
True.
If I was Deshaun Watson, I know I think Miami's the odds-on favorites right now, and they obviously have the draft capital and the potential of giving them Tua as well. So like that's obviously in the front of everybody's minds when everybody talks about Deshaun Watson's trade. But I would really prefer to be in the NFC so I didn't have to run into Mahomes in the playoffs every year. Like
You're telling me Elon just
So-
said he's going to Dallas.
Hey,
that
man,
being said, I
fuck
would
wild
say
card.
Washington or Carolina in the NFC. I think Carolina can put
would
something
be
together
nice.
to
Yeah.
get him
One
there.
of
would-
the
I've s-
Washington. Or sorry, go ahead.
I would absolutely despite Carolina because that offense would be low key kind of nice, like really
Low-key.
nice.
That
like
shit was
really nice.
gross.
Speaking
But
real
and
quick
his division.
before we go to the next one, I think just completely side topic. I think the Miami Dolphins are going to be one of the worst teams in the league next year.
If Tua's their guy,
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah, I think
They
honestly
benefited
think
so
Tua might
much from
play, yeah.
fluky turnovers, just stupid fucking special teams plays,
Their defense is
and
good.
and
but if
magical
Fitzmagic is in there,
Fitzmagic. They will be lucky to win 5 games.
I mean, why would he want to go into the AFC North or AFC East and face
with
Josh
Josh
Allen?
Allen.
Yeah.
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 All right, I just spun and landed on Jimmy G again. I'll spin again.
I think he might
who's
go
up right now?
Chicago.
That would be
Reds.
awesome. I would like that.
Chicago. Ooh.
Chicago, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
That would be crazy.
get some picks and,
All right,
Mitch.
to end it off, I landed on Cameron Newton. I
him
think
up.
it's clear he's not going to be back in New England, and I'm not sure he's a starting quarterback anymore. I'm really not. I mean,
He is not.
he looked terrible in New England this year. I mean, granted they have like 0 weapons, but still, like it looked like he was struggling to throw the ball every time he dropped back. But I think he can be a backup somewhere. I don't know. I'm kind of not really good at this game right now because I don't know where the fuck he's gonna be.
It's kind of hard to predict where a backup quarterback's going to go.
Yeah, I
And
don't think he'll have a starting
predict-
job though.
Yeah, he might even not even take up the backup role. He might just say,
Retire.
I'm not playing until someone wants me to be their starter.
Just post
Yeah.
more Instagram videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying how people messed up.
Yeah, pretty much.
People forgot about him when he's throwing the ball at people's feet 90% of the time
Yeah.
on 10-yard
Oh,
throws.
shit.
Like, come on, dude.
All right. Was that it for we got everybody,
Yeah.
right? I like that.
There's
That was
there's one more name on this list I kind of want to talk about if
Yeah.
you guys want to.
Hit
All
us
right.
with it.
I have a quick question for Edlin.
We'll allow it.
So where's Dak go?
It depends on how healthy he is. I mean, someone's got to risk it to see how
He'll be
decent he
healthy.
is.
I mean, it was a bone break. Like, yes, it's very severe, but like, he's gonna be like 100% pretty much.
Dallas could franchise him again.
Yeah.
God.
Franchise tag him again.
That would be rough. I don't know. He could go. What if he ended up somewhere like Carolina or New England? Maybe Belichick takes a risk. So
Maybe. Hey, speaking of risk, did you guys know the Bears traded up to get Watson or traded up to get Trubisky over Deshaun Watson? Yeah, that was
And Patrick Mahomes.
And
that
Mahomes.
was pretty cool.
That's
Had to get that
actually
in.
a great segue because the last name I wanted to talk about was old Mitch Trubisky.
I think he should just be like quit football and be like a guy that's on a fish boat all day or something weird. Like he just
I
has no
think
business
he
being around the
might be the
pigskin.
one that takes your Indianapolis Colts to AFC Championship game in the next 3 years.
You are
What the fuck?
He ain't going to
intoxicated.
no AFC Championship game.
I would rather have
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett than Mitch.
I think he
No
is another one of those
exaggeration.
guys that, much like Cam, I don't think he's going to get a starting job.
Nah, he's a backup.
Unless
He's a
that
backup.
Deshaun to Chicago trade goes through.
Yeah, and he starts for
he
Houston.
winds up in
Oh,
Houston.
they would be horrible.
Yeah,
or he beats out
Houston's just a
whoever
graveyard.
Indianapolis has.
They
if he
would
gets
be
to Indy.
god awful. Dude, the Texans just suck. Like they're just I hate saying it, their name. I hate
and-
seeing them. Like every time I
Remember,
see the
Bill
Texans, all I
O'Brien
can,
just plagued that franchise.
I mean,
all
you
I can
remember
think
how
about
much-
is the wild card game, and they were always the first game playing like Cincy, and it was like 17-12, and it was just like the worst fucking way to start the playoffs.
They would always
Yeah.
beat Cincy though.
They almost beat the Chiefs.
It's just dude.
They were up
oh,
24-0.
fucking hate the Texans.
And apparently JJ wants out too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you remember how much they paid
Mhm.
Brock Osweiler?
Yeah.
I can see
We'll,
JJ going to the Bills. He
we'll do
is
this
he can be a good
carousel.
Bills Mafia guy.
Yeah, I like this.
We'll do
Brett.
this
was-
carousel again.
this was good.
Just with, like without quarterbacks, just free agents.
Ooh. I like it.
I like that. All right.